California Governor Gavin Newsom signed 10 bills this week, many focused on defending transgenderism. The Democrat approved measures that include a reduction in funding for schools that restrict LGBTQ content from their classrooms. There also is a measure requiring that K-12 public schools provide all gender bathrooms by 2026. And the governor signed a bill to create task forces of transgender and same-sex attracted pupils for making recommendations on school policies. And joining us now is Dr. Jill Simons, Executive Director of the American College of Pediatricians, which is speaking out against the harm being done by transgender interventions on minors. Dr. Simons, thank you so much for joining us. I know your organization is really concerned about what's happening to children and the harm being done to them. That said, do you have any concerns about these new laws in California and also the timing of them?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me and allowing me to speak out against the harms that this transgender ideology is causing children. And certainly there's been a lot of activity in California recently. They seem to be pushing in the opposite direction from our European allies that are getting away from harmful transgender interventions and trying to see more counseling and more whole care for the child. California is going to the other extreme where if you are not affirming the child's transgender ideology, then, parents are losing their rights. People are afraid to speak out. People are afraid to provide the actual care that these children need, which is counseling and looking into the whole needs of the child, social, emotional needs.
And you mentioned Europe. So speaking of that, a recent analysis in the United Kingdom found taking puberty-blocking drugs has been shown to cause mental health issues in transgender children. The UK researchers found about 1/3 of the youth with gender dysphoria experience a decline in mental health after taking puberty blockers. Now, the study basically finding the opposite of what the Tavistock clinic found in its research of so-called gender-affirming care to minors. That clinic, as we know, was shut down by Britain's NHS last year. Dr. Simons, your thoughts on the results of this latest study, and are you at all surprised?
The United States would do well to follow the lead of the UK and these other countries by taking a pause and looking into the science and the research and the case studies. They are learning that there are significant mental health harms that are happening to children and that these so-called gender interventions are not helping. And in the United States, we need to stop these treatments and take a look at these, look at the research, look at the numbers, look at the data. And I'm not surprised. And in the United States, we will not be surprised if we look at these numbers like they have in the UK.
And Dr. Simons, why do you think that is? I mean, why aren't we following the lead of Europe when it comes to the research on this so-called gender-affirming care?
It is a bit shocking. In every other area of medicine, we look at the research, we look at it objectively, we have discourse. But this issue in particular, any questioning of the so-called protocol is immediately shut down. And it's because this has become an ideology where these treatments, these beliefs are upheld and no one questions them. And it's been taken out of the hands of medicine, truly, and dealt with politically.
We have a little less than a minute left, but I quickly want to get to this. I know the American College of Pediatricians this week launched an initiative aimed at fighting back against transgender medical treatments for minors. What more can you tell us about the Biological Integrity Initiative?
Yes, we're very excited to launch this initiative. The biggest part of this initiative is our website, biologicalintegrity.org. And the purpose of this is to get this information that I have that's out there, get it into the hands of parents, of teachers, teens themselves, also other pediatricians, other doctors, and importantly, policymakers, so that they can see for themselves what's going on and the research and the truth. And that's the way that we push back against this, because once you see the truth, once you see the data, it's no question what the answer has to be.
Dr. Simons, thank you so much for your time today and for weighing in. We appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you very much.